This lesson should be near and dear to everyone's heart at the Naval Academy, is sleep and stress. The lack of sleep has a huge amount of psychological as well as physiological impacts on the body. As we can see from this slide, the side effects from missing sleep over a period of time are irritability, memory lapse, decreased creativity, an impaired immune system, decreased testosterone, and variability in the heart rate, increased risk of heart disease and stroke, has an ability to affect your reaction time, decreased accuracy, hand-to-eye coordination, tremors, aches, and additionally, over time, it suppresses growth, gives you a greater chance of obesity, and decreases core temperature. The effects of lack of sleep in combat is significant, and even indeed just in your daily activities at the Naval Academy or after graduation in your job. Lack of sleep dramatically impairs your ability to perform. The Army Surgeon General reported in a study of participants that were deprived of sleep for 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, and 6 hours a night over a period of time. And they compared that impairment with those individuals who were provided alcohol at various levels. What they found was those individuals who had 6 hours of sleep or less over 6 days in a row had the exact same impairment of those that were over the legal limit of alcohol percentage, 0.08%, in which a police officer would arrest them for a DUI. In this slide, we see a separate study which was done on an artillery company's performance over 21 days, in which parts of the company were given 4 hours of sleep a day, 5 hours of sleep, 6 hours of sleep, and 7 hours of sleep per day. And you can see on the graph the performance and how dramatically it dropped off. The number of rounds that the artillery units were able to shoot per day dropped off considerably once they went below 7 hours of sleep per day. I know many of you over the course of your years at Naval Academy have had to deprive yourself of sleep to get things done. The interesting aspect of this is once you graduate, the lack of sleep, in addition to the stress and the fear that comes with deployments, especially combat deployments, gives you an exhaustion which you haven't seen yet. I can't tell you how many times I have slept, and the picture in the bottom right on those rocks, and those rocks are in most bases, they cover those bases overseas to keep down the dust and vehicles going back and forth. And I can't tell you how many times I've slept on rocks like that, just absolutely exhausted. And it was like sleeping on a Tempur-Pedic mattress. It was an awesome night's sleep because I was just absolutely exhausted. And you'll see this quite a bit overseas. Individuals sleeping anywhere they can lay out or catch a few Z's. You're going to find individuals sleeping everywhere. What do you do when you don't have the option of sleeping more? Here are several techniques on dealing with sleep deprivation. First, obviously, is take naps when you can. Even a 20-minute nap over the course of the day is going to help you when all you can manage is 4 or 5 hours of sleep per night. Staying physically fit, the more fit you are, the greater chance you have at coping with the fatigue over time. Relying on each other, other members of your team, having overlap, and so that the decrease in performance you have from sleep deprivation can be caught by other members of the team, and as well as making shorter shifts. Training to it doesn't mean that you can train your body over time to deal with less sleep. You can't train your body to be more effective or higher performance with less sleep. That just doesn't happen. What trained to it means is that you understand the effects of what sleep deprivation is going to do to your body, and acknowledging that and being aware of those decreases in performance helps you accommodate and mitigate those issues when sleep deprivation occurs. Mastering skills is working on and training on skill sets that require hand-eye coordination or some level of performance, and you do that enough in which you master the technique, and it's an automatic response that doesn't require as much thinking, and that definitely helps when sleep deprivation cannot be avoided. And then cross-training the unit, ensuring that there's redundancy in positions, and so that you can swap out personnel when they're just they need sleep, and you have to bring in other members of the team to take over their positions. That was it for sleep. In our next lesson, we'll talk about some of the characteristics, traits that will help you with stress and combat and sleep deprivation. And the next topic is on hardiness and grit.